What if you could bring a legendary warship back from the very brink of destruction? Well, that's exactly what we're talking about today. This is the incredible story of the USS Oklahoma, but not just as a piece of history. Nope, this is about how it was reborn through a really unique partnership between a human and an AI. Let's dive in.
And just look at this contrast. On the left, you've got the historical USS Oklahoma. On the right, a completely reimagined, modernized war machine. So how in the world do you get from that to this? Well, it's a fascinating story of creativity, cold hard logic, and a brand new kind of collaboration.
Okay, so our story kicks off right in the thick of it, a simulated war game. The Oklahoma is beaten up, heavily damaged, listing in just moments away from certain doom as another wave of enemy bombers closes in. The game is paused, right at this knife's-edge moment of crisis. And this point of peril, well, it's about to become a moment of unbelievable potential.
Now, instead of just hitting resume and watching the ship go down, the player does something totally unexpected. They keep the game paused and turn this cliffhanger into a creative session with the AI Game Master. The goal? To rebuild the ship right from its battered hull, from the ground up.
And the whole foundation for this rebirth rests on this brilliant piece of storytelling, a fictional presidential edict. The story goes that because of the ship's heroic last stand, its commander is granted total operational autonomy. All of a sudden, orders from the top are just requests. This gives the player the freedom to completely forge a new destiny for the ship.
So, this is where it gets really interesting, seeing how a story, a narrative idea, gets translated into actual functional hardware. This is where the back and forth between the player and the AI really starts to shape the ship's new identity. The player kicks things off with a few ideas. And notice the mix here. It's not just about bolting on more metal, like new armor or a better turret. It's also about the human element, right? Things like special rations to boost the morale of a crew that's been through hell and back.
And here's where that collaboration just clicks. The player throws out these story concepts, and the AI takes them, refines them with historical data, and translates them directly into game mechanics. The story literally becomes the machine. That idea for experimental armor, boom, it's now R&D plating with a 40% damage reduction. Those special rations, that becomes a tangible high morale buffer that actually increases the crew's effectiveness.
And the result of all this creative back and forth is what you're seeing now, a full spec sheet for an alternate history warship. This is the ship's new blueprint, and it's a document that was truly co-authored by human imagination and pure machine logic.
So, the ship is designed, looks great on paper. But you know, having a cool blueprint is one thing. Making sure it actually works in the real world is something else entirely. So the next phase was an intense, full-scale inspection, a serious reality check for all these new theoretical upgrades.
The player, role-playing as the commander, sets up this super strict four-step inspection. It's meant to simulate a real command structure, and its whole purpose is to find every single flaw. And believe me, it doesn't take long for problems to start bubbling to the surface.
Problem number one, that brand new modernized turret. Turns out it has a serious risk of electrical overload. But the commander's response here is key. He doesn't just order a quick technical fix. No, he creates a new tactical doctrine right there on the spot. That gun is now reserved for critical, fire for effect shots only. That's not just a repair. That's smart leadership managing risk. Next up, they find out that the new armor, while great, has created a dangerous 10-degree blind spot for the anti-aircraft guns. They can fix it by elevating the gun mounts, but, and there's always a but, this comes with a trade-off. It makes the whole ship a little less stable. This really drives home a core theme of this whole process. Every solution involves some kind of compromise.
Then the inspection gets to the ship's old, obsolete torpedo tubes. The AI runs a risk assessment and, well, the numbers are grim. A 10% chance of a misfire is bad enough. But that 2% chance of a hot run, that means the torpedo explodes inside the tube. That's a potential catastrophe just waiting to happen.
Faced with that data, the commander makes a classic, tough leadership call. He realizes those torpedoes are actually a bigger danger to his own crew than they are to the enemy, and he makes the call to seal the tubes for good. Think about that. He removes a weapon to make his ship stronger and safer.
So through this incredibly tough cycle of ideas, data, problems, and then solutions, something amazing started to happen. The USS Oklahoma was truly reborn. It wasn't just a list of stats on a page anymore. It had become a vessel with a unique character, a history of its own, and you could almost say a soul.
And this is the final result. A warship that is the sum of all those difficult decisions, all those trade-offs, and all those creative sparks. A true legend, not just rebuilt but completely reimagined for a new era of war.
So the ship's new identity, its very essence, was forged during this rebirth. It's all defined by these key principles: resilience, agile command, and this powerful belief that the welfare of your crew is a genuine combat multiplier.
All right, so now we get to the final phase. This newly forged warship, with all of its unique strengths and hard-won flaws, has to prepare for its next chapter. After all that work, it is finally ready for action.
After one last comprehensive inspection and a deep refit, the USS Oklahoma is fully stocked and ready to go. Ammunition, fuel, and yes, those all-important special rations are all at 100%. This ship is mission ready.
And what's its first mission? The commander picks a long-haul convoy escort heading to the South Pacific. It's the absolute perfect test for the ship's newfound endurance, its defensive upgrades, and of course the high morale of its well-rested crew.
And so, a ship forged by this incredible partnership of human creativity and artificial intelligence is heading out to sea. It's a testament to a whole new way of collaborating. The only question left is, what new legends will it write out there on the open ocean?